Well, everyone, I think it's time we talk about what happened in 2020. Also, check out my dog. Hi, Mooster. Tell everyone hi. Or not. There he is. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about 2020, but first, let me change. Okay. We were talking about what happened in 2020, because I'll be honest, I had a lot of plans in 2020, from traveling, doing stuff outside my house, going skydiving, way more hot yoga. Like everyone else's, my 2020 was not what I expected, but it was also incredible at the same time. Sorry, my dog is just breathing so heavily. Like, keep it together. January 2020 hits, and of course, had this buzz going through the air. The world seemed like it was gonna be just this incredible frickin' place. I had goals. I had just this hyper focus of, I am going to accomplish X, Y, and Z. I started off 2020 in the midst of switching brokerages. For anyone that has ever been in real estate, a realtor watching this, you know changing brokerages is a pain in the butt. I realized that I built a brand, and that brand, I selfishly did not want to attach to any other brokerage besides my own. So I started my own brokerage. Then COVID hit, and I saw this mass flooding of everyone creating content. I had felt that in the last 3 years of constantly doing this, I was burnt out. If anything, COVID was actually a blessing for my creativity in more ways than one, because I saw so many people actually go towards their screens and go towards, creating content, which is super exciting. But I just also needed a frickin' break. For the last 3 years, I had been creating content nonstop, like a crazy person, without any systems. That's a whole nother video I can make. But I was creating content that, was getting seen, but not seen for the right reasons. With social media, it's always super easy to create a life that seems way better than what it really is. And I had shared that before. I'd fallen victim to it a number of times. It's exhausting, but when I saw everyone shifting over to creating content, I saw this as a golden opportunity, because what I had been doing for 3 years, now people are starting to do. Well, cool, I have 3 years of experience. I can actually put this on pause, get to the spot professionally where I would feel my peers took me seriously. And once I did that, now I have the best of both worlds, right? So 2020 had an incredible year for the brokerage. We did 18 million in sales, especially in our first year, and we're on trajectory for doing 40 million this year, which is super exciting. And I don't sound excited about that because, let's just say in 2020, I learned a major lesson that I can do that amount of volume and completely hate my life at the same time. And what I mean by hating my life is super thankful for the opportunity, the trust, the ability to do all of that. But I also didn't do things that made me happy, i.e. creating content. I decided to put that on the back burner because I resented it for a while. I didn't know how to effectively market. I think I had mentioned this in 2019. I was actually going bankrupt and broke from my business because I just wanted to do all the fun stuff, and I didn't want to take any responsibility as a business owner on what actually makes the business run. And 2020 was a very good lesson on that. I hyper-focused on it. Super businesswoman. What are my financials? What is my trajectory? I was on this very massive, full-on sprint to prove my industry that I wasn't a joke. So I did a lot of things for external satisfaction and absolutely neglected the internal satisfaction. Everyone was doing something incredible. And I was so burnt out that I was like, I don't have it in me to even do anything remotely incredible because, well, I don't feel incredible. 2020 was also a breath of fresh air because, going back to it, brokerage did over 18 million in sales, which is incredible. We got to help a lot of freaking families. This housing market got insane. COVID hits, everyone immediately stops looking for homes. I remember calling my first time home buyers, and literally You guys need to absolutely freaking start looking now. Well, how come, Taz? I don't know, COVID's scary. Yes, I know, but when no one's looking, this is the most opportune time and we don't know what's gonna happen. No, I'll wait till things start just getting back to normal. Well, that was the wrong move for a lot of people because shortly after COVID hit, yes, there was a lull in our real estate market. And then all of a sudden, Boise, Idaho got put on the freaking map. Our housing market increased over 20% in an entire year, less than an entire year, May to December. And it continues to climb. So the housing market and the amount of people that you actually need to service in a rapidly changing market takes a lot of your freaking time, especially when you don't have systems in place to support that. Because let's not forget, only in my third year of real estate, deciding to build a brokerage, and all the systems that I had were built by other brokerages. I'm still in this crazy place of trying to create business and create revenue, create a brokerage, and create systems in place to have other people, including myself, be able to support the amount of leads and referrals and business that's coming in. Talk about a lot. You have a lot to learn. And I learned that behind the scenes in 2020. I think it's also fair to talk about the failures. My life at the start of the year got absolutely turned upside down. Started 2021 with a breakup. And that breakup hurt so bad that for the entire month of January, I had to leave the state of Idaho because I couldn't get an apartment. And two, I was so freaking stressed out because I wasn't like creating any joy. I was actually living in a external state of misery, like just go to California. And well, you know what? Normally I would have been like, okay, California, I love you. I love to visit. California's my home state. Like no freaking problem. Except the fact that they're still in lockdown at the beginning of 2021. And well, you can't go anywhere. Unlike Idaho, that is arguably open to where you can eat at a restaurant, you can still do things. When you're in California, you have nothing to do in a lockdown. When you have 30 days to do nothing except sit in your feelings, process your emotions, and what else are you gonna do? So I go to California and I run away from arguably all my problems because, well, I have no place to live. And I reconnect with myself. And I see things in myself that I'm like, ooh, girl, you need to change. But I also got back into finding the things that made me happy again. I get creative again. I start using my imagination again. Oh man, that thing was gone for a long time. But my imagination starts going crazy now. It's great, but in California, heartbroken, having nothing to do except sit in my thoughts. Well, when you sit in your thoughts, you come up with incredible ideas. When you're in the middle of the storm, you see no way out. And it's not until like you step out of it or away from it, or I don't know, get under some shelter, that you can actually create a game plan to get out of there. I gave back my own confidence. I gave back my own creativity. I gave back into giving into things that always brought me joy, that I didn't feel like I had to apologize for. For the first time in a long time, I finally felt like I didn't have to apologize to anyone for being me. I didn't have to apologize for being. There was a lot of things I felt like I can finally let go and not apologize for, and get back to being creative and get back to, you know, this weird thing that I just know I need to do, even though I don't know why yet. And so it leaves us here, where on the real estate perspective, we good. 8 of our clients have gone pending in the last 2 weeks in an extremely difficult housing market to find homes for buyers, because our housing market, our median price point is well over $400,000 by now. 3 months ago, it was hovering at $359,000. Okay, our housing market's heating up, and for buyers, man, it's challenging. And not only that, we have 75% less inventory than this time last year. That means that people aren't putting their homes on the market more like normal. So we're actually going into a real estate market that is going to be extremely challenging for not only the consumer, but also the realtor. It's interesting and exciting because I also think that people are gonna get a lot more creative in how they approach real estate, which I'm all about. I want to take down the archaic nature of the real estate market. What I'm most excited for in 2021 is that the creativity is freaking back. The content making, it's back. And also continuing to have a really good time while selling real estate. Oh yeah, that's back. I'm so freaking excited to just create. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, you get real estate mixed in with a realtor that just happens to have a very big personality that hopefully you will enjoy and come back for more. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel. New videos are released every so often. We don't really know yet. Ideally, new videos are released every other Wednesday. I'm just Taz, and that's just it.